I know you want to get more flexible in your legs for higher kicks, and I'm going to help you do that with this video. But before we get started, I want you to understand two things. First, having a lot of flexibility but no strength and no power is not good for martial arts. There are a lot of people that I've known over the years who can do a really high stretching kick or do a full split on the ground, and then they have no power when their leg is coming down for the kick. You will be able to kick really high over your head, really fast with a lot of power, and not necessarily be able to do or want to do a full split. They're two separate things. Don't worry that you can't do a full split. You're still gonna get the kick really high. The second thing that you have to know is flexibility in your legs, especially when you're kicking a lot, will have more to do with how you're getting rid of the inflammation that are running through the nerves. Because when the nerves are inflamed, they tell the muscles not to release. And you might be stretching against a muscle that's not going to release until you learn how to flush the inflammation. So I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. But before we get started, please remember to hit like, subscribe, share this video with others, leave me comments along the way. And today especially, in the comments section below, I want to know, where are you training from? What style do you want to train in? How long have you been training? If you're just a beginner, that's awesome, welcome. If you've been doing this for a long time, welcome too. And like I said before, if you think you can do it better than me, if you know you can do it better than me, then please show me. Post a video, put that in the comments. Your video response is you showing me and not telling me. I'll believe it when I see it. You're gonna start by warming up the body, nice and easy running, just lifting your feet off the floor a little bit at first, then higher with the knees out to the side, and then bring the feet up toward your bottom, like you're kicking yourself, so that you can warm up the fronts of the legs, the quadriceps. Then the legs will go out and in, and then front to back, so that you're getting a nice, easy, blood-flowing warm-up, just to get your body ready before you do the stretching. You need to get the blood moving before you stretch. Now with your feet apart, you're going to go into a slow and steady squat, not too low. None of these motions at first are too low. Again, this is part of your warm-up. You want the muscles to start to soften and change so that you can do the stretching without injuring yourself. After your side squat, you're going to start stepping into an easy lunge, not too long, not too deep, and then stepping back so that you hit the front part of the leg or the quadriceps again, and that backward lunge. Now stepping side to side step squat, so you can work the hip flexors, you can work the inside and the outer thigh, and you can get the knees and the feet warmed up and ready to stretch. In by twisting your hips one way, then going back the other way. You're just moving things around, you're starting to loosen up. You might feel some cracks if you're getting older like I am, or if you sit a lot during the day. And then you're gonna start to reach toward the ceiling and down to the floor. Your hands stay close to your chest as you're going up to keep stress off of your lower back. Remember to breathe the whole way through. You wanna do deep, controlled breathing. It'll start to speed up as you warm up. Allow your body to breathe naturally, but focus on breathing deeply. All that oxygen you need, oxygen as much as possible in the muscle to release and relax the muscle. Bring the feet in together, bend the knees, circle one way, then back the other way. You're going to bend all the way down, and here is one of the only times you're really going to bounce. But you're going to bounce, allow the knees to open, and then gently press back, no more bounce. Now you're going to lie on your back with your arms outstretched from the shoulders, palms on the floor, head down onto the floor, and you're going to rock your knees from side to side. You're going to start to feel the stretch from your elbow to your knee. Wherever you feel the stretch the most, that's where you're tight. You're going to hold on one side, just go back and forth at the beginning 3 or 4 times on each side, and then hold for 30 seconds to a minute, depending on how much you feel like you need. Don't do anything less than 15 to 20 seconds though. Once you've done one side, you're going to bring your knees over to the other side, and again, focus on slow, deep breathing, and try to imagine your muscles are lengthening and relaxing. visualization, or the picture you get in your head of what your body's doing is very important. Bring one knee up into your chest, pull it in deep into your chest with a firm pressure, and the other leg will be outstretched. This is to release the hip flexors. The hip flexors lift the leg for all of your kicks. You really cannot skip this one. Relax the hip flexor. After you've done one side, you're going to switch to the other side and breathe. Bring one leg straight up in the air, bend the other knee, support your leg below and behind the knee, and you're going to pull and release. Pull and release. You're not pushing your foot, you're pulling it and releasing. This is essential. This will floss the nerve, the sciatic nerve that runs from under your hip through almost into the foot, and which will keep you from being flexible where you want it. You're not going to be able to kick very high. If you have inflammation, the muscles won't release. This is the super secret weapon of longevity. This keeps you from getting injured and not pulling the muscle. And this also gives you the flexibility to bring your leg up high over your head and smack someone right on the top of their head with the bottom of your foot. You're going to pull your foot back and release about 10 to 15 times and then hold it. This is a stretch for your iliotibial band or the IT band, that thick band of muscle toward the top of your leg on the side that's going to get really tight from lots and lots of roundhouse kicks, especially if you're hitting a bag or you're hitting another person or you're hitting a target. You're going to get very tight. This stretch is as important as the nerve flossing in the last segment. Don't skip this one. You're going to lift one foot, put the ankle on the knee, put your arm through the middle, and then lift the other arm behind the leg, holding it up. And then if you need to increase the stretch, you just extend the knee that's in the air, pushing it up, and that'll increase the stretch. Hold for 30 seconds to a minute on each side. With your arms out again and your feet flat on the floor, knees bent, you're going to allow one leg at a time to fall out. You want to fall out. It's a very subtle stretch, but extremely important for when you do your stretching kick or your side kick. Keep your heels on the ground, pick your feet up, go into a half bridge, and march your knees in. Stabilize the hip. Don't let it move from side to side. Some of this routine is stretching, some of it is pre-movement prep exercise, some of it is core strengthening. They're all important to your flexibility. Now you're going into the traditional stretch that you see in most martial arts program or most kicking programs, but you're not going to hold it for as long. And notice that we're doing it in the middle after you're really warmed up. You're going to hold for 10 seconds on each side, but then you're going to repeat it again. And each time you go back to the first side, now you'll go just a little bit deeper. You'll feel like you want to go deeper. You'll be able to go deeper. You have to allow the body to move in the way it's designed to move. And instead of just trying to force a deep stretch, pulling and ripping on things, you have to allow it to go in to its own rhythm. So go a little bit deeper each time as you switch feet. The third time you switch, we're going to go into a hurdler stretch where you pull the leg behind you and you're going to use your opposite hand reaching over to the ball of the foot. If you can go deeper, go deeper. Again, super flexibility with no power is not what you want. It's not important. If you can do that, that's awesome. But go for this level and you'll be plenty flexible enough to hit anybody you want to, no matter how much taller they are than you are. You're going to lie on your back, relaxing, focus on your breathing through every single stretch. Be intentional with your breathing and visualize the lengthening of the muscle. You're going to sit up after the stretch, bring your front leg into the other knee, turn around, support yourself with your hands, and stretch your spine and your upper body. This is important to increase the flexibility for all of the kicks. You need to have dynamic stretching. You need to have dynamic flexibility. It's not good enough just to stretch on the floor and show a lot of flexibility. You have to be able to use it when you fight. Make sure you do both sides equally. You're not always going to be as flexible on one side as the other. I notice after a while, when you get in tune with your body is going to feel different every single day. Every single workout, you're going to have more flexibility, less flexibility, a little twinge here, a pain there, tightness here. You need to become in tune to your body. Listen to your body, but don't be afraid of it. Allow it to feel the way it does, and then you tell it what you want it to do. But use your common sense and go easy into your stretching at first. It will increase through practice and over time. In your butterfly stretch, breathing deeply with a straight lower back, your knees gently going to the floor. You can use your elbows to press a little bit and then go into half of the full stretch. We used to put both legs out. I want you to try it where only one leg goes out first, and then bring the leg behind you. We're going to do another IT band stretch. First, bring your body toward the floor. Take a few deep breaths, and then you're going to press with your hands and straighten your upper body. You're going to feel the stretch in a different area. I just turned because I want you to see it from a little bit different angle. Feet are together, straighten the lower back, gently press with your elbows into the knees. Half of the stretch, the leg goes to the side. Breathing, gently move forward. Again, you don't have to really push yourself into the floor like we used to do. We used to have people standing on our knees and then pressing on the back and pulling on the belt. All of that stuff leads to hip replacement surgery when you're older. I have so many friends who've been practicing as long as I have and a little bit longer who have fake hips, and I don't, because I got away from it as soon as I could. You don't have to do it that way. This is a much smarter, much more modern way with new science that we understand. This is the way you should do it. Finally, you're going to finish with some yoga poses. Downward dog first, hips up in the air, stretching from your hamstrings and your hips all the way down into your calf and your ankle and your feet. And then at the very end, you'll see that I bend the knee so that I can shift into the soleus from the calf. That's very important, not to stretch or overstretch the Achilles tendon or the calf muscle. Finish with the cat and the cow, another yoga pose, and then back into child's pose. Hold it, breathe, relax, allow everything to release, and then get up and you're ready to kick.